Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's actually my first sit-down video here and I'm happy to have all of you on my channel, and I'm saying welcome to all of you, especially the new subscribers. If this is your first time on this channel, I'm so happy to have you. I don't know how to say thank you for stopping by, and if it's your second time or your third time of coming back to my channel, welcome back again. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys. So for this video today, I will be walking through what you need to do during winter on your hair, especially if you have my type of hair, natural afro hair. So you guys already know. Sorry, I'm going to have to do my twist while I talk to you guys about what you should do and what you shouldn't do on your hair during winter period. So you all know that during winter period is a season of extreme dryness. It's a season of extreme cold, and the weather is always very harsh during winter. Just like other time, you should always care for your hair, but during winter you should bring out extra time for your hair. Like, it's so important that you give your hair the optimum care that it needs during winter period. So I'll be telling you all the tips of what to do. Right, so number one thing you should do during winter, and you should make sure you do it, is moisturize your hair. So now, do you know what happens in winter? What happens is the extreme cold, the extreme harsh weather tries to sap away all the moisture from your hair. As you can see, I'm moisturizing my hair because it's almost winter. I'm not taking any chances. So what happens is the extreme weather condition tries to sap all the moisture away from your hair, thereby leaving your hair dry. So you find out that in winter season or in dry season, in Harmattan season, that's what we call it back in Nigeria, in Harmattan season, your hair is very dry, your skin is very dry, your body is very dry. If you're into skincare, you find out that that's the period you think that, excuse me, I think my cream is not working, I think my body butter is not working, I think my body oils are not really working. So you have to put extra care in winter. So that's the exact amount of energy that you have to put on your hair if you are trying to look after your hair. So because in summer you don't have to do heating, you don't have to go through extreme cold, but then in winter you have to do heating in your homes. You have to go through periods of cold weather. This takes away all the moisture, as I mentioned before. So you can go on, please, during winter to try and use leave-in conditioners. Try and use leave-in conditioners as much as possible, and if you can also deep condition your hair more regularly than often, like every 2 weeks is okay to deep condition your hair. I mean, if you want to do it every week, that's still fine, as long as you try to put more moisture in your hair, that's okay. So moisturizing your hair comes also with trying to seal in the moisture with lots of oil. So you can use jojoba oil, you can use castor oil, you can use olive oil. Any heavy oil really will do the job. Personally, I love olive oil on my hair, so I usually use olive oil for almost everything I'm doing on my hair. So you can use any oil of your choice, but the purpose is to seal in the moisture that you already put in your hair using your leave-in conditioner. So using an oil to seal in your moisture reminds me of LOC or LCO method. So LOC method is liquid, oil and conditioner, whereas LCO is liquid, conditioner and oil. So it depends on what works for you. Personally, what works for me is LOC, so liquid, oil, conditioner, that works for me. I mean, when I started my natural hair journey earlier on, I usually do the LCO method, but I recently found out that the LCO method is just not favoring my hair. It doesn't really help me to retain moisture. So I'll also advise you all, if you're still starting out your natural hair journey, try to know what works for you. Try the LCO method. If it doesn't work for you, then you can try the LOC method and see if that works for you. So I'm going to be showing you all how to do the LOC method. So comb your hair and make sure your hair is well combed, and then you can go on with any oil of your choice. So I have here the DIY oil that I made from my previous video. So this oil is ginger infused cold press oil. You can have it done at your home anytime. I'll leave a link below on how I made this oil. So I'll be using this oil for my oil on the process of LOC. So get the oil, rub the oil of your choice, and then make sure you take extra care at the tips, at the ends of your hair, because those are the elders of your hair. They've been there for a very long period of time, and these ones are just coming newly. Oh my god, these guys, oh my god guys, this oil smells so nice, it smells so lovely. So now you can go ahead and use any conditioner of your choice. So I'm gonna get some conditioner, then put it on the hair and make sure I rub it very well, and then I'll go ahead and twist the hair. The next thing you should make sure you do during winter is to stay silky. Like guys, if you don't have a silky pillow, if you don't have a silky hair bonnet for sleeping, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you guys have to get it as sap, like as fast as possible, because that's the #1 thing that you need for your hair care. You don't want to have your hair grown and then you keep breaking your hair because of breakages from the cotton pillows or from your hat, from your cap. Guys, look at how moisturized that is. Just look at how lush that is. Look at how lush. And then look at the length. This is the length of my hair, guys. So you have to keep your hair moisturized so you can retain length, because if you don't, then you have to suffer from breakages and your hair will never grow. Like, your hair will keep growing, your hair will keep growing, but then you wouldn't retain any length because of the breakages. So that's why I'm saying this #2 tip is to make sure you have a satin bonnet. Make sure you have a satin bonnet for your sleep at night. Like, try to make everything silky. For your cap, for your hat, for your sleep, your pillow, every single thing should really be silky. So try to get more silky so you don't break your hair. Just imagine having a cotton t-shirt. That's the example I used to give my followers on Instagram and on Facebook. I said to them, just imagine wearing a cotton t-shirt, and then imagine wearing a silky t-shirt. So when you wear a cotton t-shirt, the cotton t-shirt tries to sap all the heat from your body, all the sweat. It tries to soak up every single thing coming out from your body, especially your underarms. Then when you wear a satin or a silky material for your t-shirts, it doesn't take any moisture at all. So that's the same thing that happens when you use a cotton on your hair. Try and wear protective styling often, like more often than you usually do, because the harsh weather, the harsh cold will give you more breakages, and you don't want breakages. Look, this is shrinkage. Like, my hair shrinks a lot. The highest time I notice loss of growth on my hair is when I leave my hair alone. Like, when I leave it on a protective styling, I find out, like, at the end of the day, at the end of 2 weeks, at the end of 1 month, my hair grows so much because I don't manipulate it that much. The next good thing you can do as well is to reduce the amount of heat that you use for your styling. So on wash days, people tend to use a lot of heat because you want to style your hair, so you go on to use some hot combs, some coilers, and all of those good stuff. I know, right? I know those things make your hair to look nice, gives you the stretch, the length that you've been wanting to see. But during winter and extreme dry conditions of the weather, it's not a good time to use these heats on your hair. You can also try things like banding method, although these methods are just used at night so that in the morning your hair will be a little bit stretched. I know it's very hard to do, but it's good you try to do it during this period because it will help your hair a lot. Also, I think I forgot to mention that things like cornrows for wearing wigs is also a protective style. But the thing is, when people leave their hairs on cornrow, they forget to maintain it, they forget to put oils, they forget to put daily sprays. So when you leave your hair in a cornrow, don't forget that you still have to care for your hair. Leaving it in a cornrow doesn't guarantee growth. You still have to care for it, you still have to moisturize it, you still have to put oil in it. And then when you're putting your hair on in a protective styling, don't you forget to also Make sure you don't make it so tight. So as you can see, this hair is very loose. It's not tight on my scalp, so it's not gonna cause any breakage there, and it's not gonna cause any itching or any inflammation or anything at all. So you have to also make sure you remember that you don't leave your hair very tight when you do your protective style. So if you're guilty of washing your hair every time, this warning is for you. Please try to reduce the amount of time you wash your hair. I know it's just so personal on how and when we wash our hair. Washing of hair is very personal, because sometimes you have like loads of products on your hair, sometimes you do loads of protective styling that you need to wash your hair, sometimes your hair is just very dirty that you want to wash it. So it's very personal. But I'll advise, if you wash your hair 3 times in a week and it dries out your hair, try and minimize it to like once a week or once in 2 weeks, because what happens is when you wash your hair very often, it saps your hair of the natural oils that your hair need to grow and to flourish. So if you try to reduce the amount of time you wash your hair to reduce the amount of natural oils that goes out of your hair, that will be very beneficial this time around. This also helps to make your hair grow, because the more you wash your hair, the more you take away the natural oils that your hair wants, then you're not really doing your hair any good. And if you still do want to wash your hair, or you feel your hair is dirty, you can try things like pre-poo. Personally, I wash my hair once or twice in a month, and that's it. So that brings me to co-washing. Like I mentioned before, you can actually go without washing your hair, and you can do that by putting some cream that are meant for co-washing. So co-washing actually means in between wash days, what you do to your hair in between wash days to reduce build-up and all of that. So there are creams that are formulated for that, and these creams contains conditioners. They contain conditioners that help to make your hair soft. They also contains cleansing agents that will help to make your hair clean. So you can go like few weeks without washing your hair. You just go wash your hair. What makes wash day not very okay is because of the contents in a shampoo. So shampoos contain some parabens, some sulfates that makes our hair dry, but these products do not contain those things. So they're actually milder than shampoo. So it's actually very good to use on your hair if you're not ready to wash your hair yet. So the last thing I'll be saying is try to keep hydrated as much as possible. I think I read somewhere that each of the strands of the hair has about 25% of water. So that's the content of each strand of hair. So that tells you about how much you should keep being hydrated in order to prevent breakage of hair and to retain length in extreme dry conditions. Try as much as possible to keep hydrated, even for your whole body, to be honest, because our hair is actually what comes from our body. Most of the time is what we eat, is how our health is. So this is the next day and I'm done with my protective styling. How do you guys say it? How is it? How does it look? I look so simple. I look like a baby. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you did learn your thing. And if you did, please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you get to know when I post more videos. And if you've not subscribed, please go on and hit that subscribe button down there so you get to know when I post more videos, because I create content every week about our natural hair and you don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.